borders, protect our homeland, and to keep America safe. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson. He's incredible. Where is Mike Johnson?
Right here.
Mike, you're doing an incredible job. Not a big majority. Just either have 40 or 50. I don't think you'd know what to do. He'd say, what are we doing?
That'd be no fun.
He's done an amazing job. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, and Todd is up, and I hear he's got tremendous support in the Senate. And he's got tremendous support everywhere. Actually, he's doing a fantastic job. And Secretary of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne. Where's Mark Wayne?
Sir.
He gave up his Senate seat. He had a guaranteed seat for the next 40 to 50 years. And he gave it up to be Homeland Security because you just wanted to...
Wanted to serve.
Yep, you're amazing. Amazing. As well as Senate Majority Leader John Thune. And Senate Majority Whip John Barrasso, who's here, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. President.
And John is, you're incredible. From day one, we got along,
Thank you,
right?
Mr. President. Absolutely.
First day I met him. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, one of the bravest people.
Yeah.
And what he went through is incredible, incredible. And I actually think he looks better now than he did.
We're going to win the game tonight, Mr. President.
Oh, is it tonight?
Tonight.
Oh, the baseball, I'll be watching that.
7:05.
And House Majority Whip Tom Emmer, who is an unbelievable leader.
Yeah, that was U.S. President Donald Trump that is warning Iran of the fresh strikes, and this is coming just at a time when, in fact, the U.S. inflation data was out and was at a three-year high at 4.2%. Now, Trump says that U.S. will be attacking Iran hard and has the right to resume military action. He, in fact, also claimed that Iran fired at American helicopters, citing the incident as a justification for further strikes. Now, Trump also said that U.S. had hit Iran hard yesterday and could do so again while maintaining that he still wants a meaningful deal with Tehran. He added that Iran should sign what he described as a good deal, even as uncertainty remains over Iran's next move. These are the words coming in from U.S. President Donald Trump as the negotiations between the two nations are on to end this crisis, this West Asia crisis that has been going on for the past couple of months. Yes, that was U.S. President Donald Trump right there warning that Iran will be hit hard. Trump said that it will be attacking Iran really, really hard. And in fact, he said that they had attacked Iran really hard yesterday and could do so again while maintaining that he still maintains that he wants a meaningful deal with Tehran, and added that Iran should sign what he described as a good deal, even as uncertainty remains over Iran's next move. That is the word coming in from U.S. President Donald Trump as he threatens further action against Iran. The world is going, a few weeks away from energy crisis, and the conflict in West Asia in the Strait of Hormuz still remains unresolved. And of course, there have been missiles intercepted around nations in the Middle East, including Jordan, including Kuwait. And then this is a fresh set of warning for fresh strikes that U.S. President Donald Trump has issued right now. At this, the visuals that we are seeing on the screen at this particular event, in fact, Trump says that will be attacking Iran harder. Let's further see what President Trump is saying.
Say that Washington just had some crime numbers out, and it's the lowest number, best crime numbers we've had, they say, in 58 years. So we went from being a crime-ridden city, our capital, being a crime-ridden place, to being among the safest cities in the country. I'm so happy. And you're big beneficiaries because most of you live here. You're here all the time, the press, the media, and even actually some of the media. A couple of people that I would not suspect, a couple of people truly treat me unfairly, but they came up and they thanked me because it's so much. We have a safe city now. We also have a beautiful city. We had 22 fountains. Every one of them didn't work. One of them, probably the best was one that hasn't worked for 50 years. That was about the best. They've all been out of commission for 50 years or more. Can you imagine that? They,
That President Trump says that U.S. will be attacking Iran hard and has the right to resume military action. He claimed that Iran fired at American helicopter, citing incident as a justification for further strikes. Trump also said that U.S. had hit Iran hard yesterday and could do so again. To tell us more on this, we are now joined in by my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary. How do you read these threats, Srinjoy?
After the Apache went down, and no one is clear how it went down because the Iranians deny they shot the Apache helicopter, which was the American attack helicopter, down. The Americans did hit Iran quite hard. So on that, President Trump is right. There was several attacks, and they went very hard at the Iranians. There's no dispute there. Now what he's saying is these attacks will continue because the helicopter was shot down, he says. Now, what kind of attacks they will be, whether they will hit infrastructure, as he has been threatening to do for a long time, remains to be seen. After which, we have to see how the Iranians deal with it, because the Iranians could then hit infrastructure in countries where there is an American presence, an American base. So they could hit exactly the same things. They could hit oil infrastructure, including refineries, wells, even desalination plants. Now, how all this will work out, we have to see. But clearly, it means a lot of destruction on both sides.
Joy, now, at one point in time, the world is awaiting peace in West Asia, the opening and full functioning of the Strait of Hormuz. There are, of course, talks that are going on. There has been a fragile ceasefire over the past couple of weeks. And now, in the past couple of days, fresh set of attacks and threats being issued. Where are we headed from here at a time when the world really needs peace?
The fact that the world needs peace, about that, there is no doubt. And the fact that the world needs, particularly Asia and large countries like India and China and Japan and South Korea and so on, and also much of Western Europe, needs the Strait of Hormuz to open, is also something very important. But at this point, the Americans and the Iranians both say that they won the war. Both declared victory, and both, as winners, quote unquote, set terms. The terms have nothing to do with each other, which is why this ceasefire, tenuous as best, is basically not moving forward. The peace talks are not going ahead because both sides have set terms. Both sides have goals and objectives that are radically different from each other's. So therefore, there's very hard to find the middle position. Now, when both sides are armed, both sides are looking at each other, then an attack on a helicopter or something similar is bound to happen. And when it does happen, escalation is inevitable. We are at this position when escalation is being threatened. Now, how much of an escalation this will be, or how long it will last, it remains to be seen.
Srinjoy, we are waiting on how long will this escalation last, and the world is waiting for peace, as we just discussed. But this is not the first occasion when President Trump has issued threats on Iran for escalation, of the war in West Asia. Do we believe his words right now?
Well, President Trump once said he would bomb Iran into the Stone Age. Now, that was very reminiscent of what the Americans, mostly under President Lyndon Johnson, said about Vietnam in the late 60s. And at that time, of course, Vietnam, it was pointed out, didn't have the kind of infrastructure that today Iran has. And then President Trump has also said that he would end a civilization overnight. Now, at this point, President Trump says that he will escalate and he will attack Iran. Now, when he will do it, to what extent he will do it, we need to know. because as of now, he has said different things at different times. He has said that he will attack Iran. He has also said he's very close to a solution of the crisis. So he has indicated otherwise as well. Now, where this one will go, actually, we'll need to know. It remains to be seen.
Right, Srinjoy, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us and sharing these inputs on the latest update on Trump issuing threats and signaling more attacks on Iran, fresh strikes in coming days. Now, this has resulted into oil prices moving higher as geopolitical tensions have intensified after U.S. President Donald Trump warned that Iran could pay and would pay the price for moving too slowly on the negotiations for the peace deal. Brent crude is gaining 2.9% to $94.28 a barrel, reflecting growing risk premiums in the global energy markets. WTI crude is 3.6% up. Markets reacted to concerns that the escalating U.S.-Iran conflict could disrupt crude supplies and shipping through the strategically important Strait of Hormuz. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business at 9. Goodbye from me, Shabani Garat, and the entire team of ET Now.